Georgia and Auburn, our play of the game, we decided to have two, and I think it's going to be our new standard for offensive play of the game and defensive play of the game. I think these are extra meaningful. First being offense, what we're doing in this video. Yes, it's Brock Bowers. You know what play it's going to be if you watch Georgia and Auburn. Brent Rollins, Dayne Young here, filmed live from UGAsports.com. Subscribe and like if you enjoy what we're doing. We're the most popular UGA sports, UGA-centric YouTube channel out there. We are UGA Sports, and we are presented by Breda Pest Management, BredaPest.com. If you want your home to be secure, like Sanford Stadium, Breda Pest Management, the official pest control of the Georgia Bulldogs, and also ASW Distillery, distilled by dogs. I love that Fiddler bourbon. Go to wherever you buy your spirits and support a company that's distilled by dogs. 5 of the 6 founders, UGA grads. And so they support us, you support them, and we all sit back and support whatever Brock Bowers is doing right now because, my goodness, Brent, when Georgia needed plays to be made, 19 was there, and it didn't matter if he was open or not. He was always open.
He's even better than you think he already is. Like, he's amazing. He's Captain America. He's Superman. He's whatever. He's Thor, all of it. He's anything and everything. It's just unbelievably awesome to watch him play football. Every bit of it, by the way. Not just – and they were I think it was it Gary during the broadcast talk about how he's a willing blocker? I'm like, Gary, the dude is a really good blocker. Don't say willing blocker. That means he's like half capable. No, he's really good at that too. But this is amazing.
He's good at everything. Runs here, goes here. This is a game-winning touchdown. It's not quite that steep of an angle. My mouse slipped there. Boom, throw, catch,
just
break tackles.
Get off me. Don't get tripped by my own teammate. Touchdown. Like, I will say, like, so a couple of things. One, Kirby talked about the post game, the little, like the backside on the cover 2 look. So what's interesting about that is earlier in the game, he threw one to Bowers, which is like, hey, I'm never going to complain when you're targeting Brock Bowers, but had Mekhi Muse wide open on the backside of cover 2 for a touchdown. I think that's kind of what brought that comment from Kirby. Same thing here. Cover 2, 3 over 2 to the field. Backside one safety there. Boom. Has to respect a little bit of everything. Get the inside. Great job of using the underneath offensive players, both Ladd McConkey in the back, to occupy the linebackers. So right there, boom, those 2 guys, they now have to have eyes on those 2 players. Carson Beck. And this is the thing where we've
face.
Other than a few throws here or there when he's got, rushed his feet a little bit or got, this is what, when you think back to sort of Stetson Moore, he'd always have that one throw you were like, oh, man, he's got to make that. That's a layup. You got to make that throw. Carson Beck's not missing layups. Like, he's accurate big time accurate with the football when he's in rhythm and allows 19 to go do what he does.
We talked about this a couple of weeks ago that so many of Bowers' catches were happening 3-4 yards within the line of scrimmage, some behind the line of scrimmage. I thought in this game they let him get out into the field a bit more and let Carson Beck find him on intermediate routes. And he's still so good with yards after the catch, whether it's behind the line of scrimmage or something like this. Just explosive.
And obviously some of that is game plan and defense and what the defense does. But like you said, being able to get him further down the field, it's a good thing for their offense. It opens up everything because people have to pay attention to him. By the way, this was the highest graded game of his career. Like, think of all the great games that he's had from a PFF standpoint. This was the highest one.
That game, yeah.
Like, all these games where he just did unreal things. This was the highest graded game of his career because he combines, obviously, the run blocking part of it, too, because he was pretty much an animal there. I honestly – watching it live, I thought, oh, no, he's going to trip on his own teammate because Rara kind of just is like, okay. And then, oh, he's there. And then, oh, because Bowers is looking to his left. But Superman has that peripheral vision. He can see 360 degrees no matter what, through the helmet and everything.
I've been legitimately seeing the prognosticators start to include him in the conversations with Caleb Williams and Michael Penix of, like, straight-up Heisman contenders.
Well, what's the award? Most outstanding, like the definition of the award is most outstanding player. Like, He's very much that. Look at the last 3 games, by the way. 32 targets in the last 3 games. More than any 3-game stretch in his career. 9, like, other than one other game, he's consecutively in 3 games in a row set career highs for targets outside of the SEC championship in 2021. Getting him the ball, 24 catches, 332, 3 TDs. Like, there is no governor now. I think the past 2 years they could have done this, but they knew they didn't have to. Thus, the governor was on. Not this year. He's the best guy. We got him for however many more games you got him. Governor off. Give him the rock.
And they need him because this was a close game. You don't win this game without his contribution. Nope. That would be a loss for Georgia. And he was banged up to start the year. So when this gets to be a stat award on this, you're going to see those first couple of games, not much happening there for Brock Bowers. Doesn't matter at this point. I think he's so spectacular that the eye test, you look at it and say, he's the cheat code. He is the mismatch. No one else has anything like that.
And if he keeps getting the target numbers that he's getting and obviously stays healthy, like, he's going to be up over 1,000 yards. He's going to be in the double-digit touchdown range. And if he does that with Georgia still being in the upper echelon of the rankings, that Heisman invite might be a thing.
Yeah, and I think because of what happened with Mac Jones and Devontae Smith, where Smith gets the Heisman in that connection, I just think maybe there's a bit more creativity in Heisman voters that maybe you'll consider not putting the quarterback there. Traditionally, in most of our lifetime, it's been a quarterback award, maybe some running backs. But every now and again, you'll get a Devontae Smith that sneaks in there. If you go back and Desmond Howard as a returner, most outstanding player, Brock Bowers is definitely in the mix there. Yep. Will he get a Heisman? I have no idea.
I'm just going to enjoy the heck out of watching him for the last few games, for however many more games get to watch him.
I know that Carson Beck's job and Mike Bobo's job is to get 19 the ball because that's the best version of Georgia you're going to see this year, period. And the best version of us you're going to see is us breaking down 19 because it makes it easy when I can just say, look at that guy. Look what he can do. Subscribe, like this, Breda Pest Management, ASW Distillery. Thanks for supporting us. We'll see